Hi and good morning everyone, it's Sarah here, and as promised I have the measurements and I'm going to do and make this one from scratch for the little wallets that I made, that I've put my Instax Polaroid photographs in. And I just made a little wallet. Obviously I've got some writing on the back of each one, and this is of our new puppy Isla. So I'm going to go ahead and make the bones of this. I'm not going to put the photographs in, but I'll just make another one so that you can see the basics. But these are little, I keep wanting to say Instagram photographs and they're not. I keep having to check myself and it's Polaroid pictures. So let's get started with this and I'll show you what I've done. Okay, so what you want to do is take a piece of cardstock. Now I'm using, this is from Simon Says Stamp. It was a rainbow pack that I bought quite a while ago, but the cardstock's fairly sturdy, so I'm going to be using this. I quite like the weight of it. So you want to put this into your paper trimmer and you want to put it to the 3-inch mark. What I'll do is I'll put all the measurements along the bottom of the screen here or the top, wherever I can get them to go, probably along the bottom, and then that way you can pause as you go along. So put this in at the 3-inch mark and then just make a score line. Okay, and what you want to do is put your arm out on your trimmer and put your paper back in and put this in at 10.5. So that's to the 10.5 mark and trim. And then you can keep this for a little banner or whatever you want to do with that. So that's your size of paper that you're going to need. So that's 3 inches down by 10.5 inches along. Okay. So what we want to do is, I'm going to get rid of my cutting blade because I'm terrible for cutting instead of scoring. So with the Stampin' Up! Trimmer you've got a score tool here. So you want to put your paper in at the 1.5 mark, okay, and just score. Okay, then move it along to the 2-inch mark and score again. And then scoot it along to the 6-inch mark and score again. And then along to 6.5 inches. And again, score again. Now that's your score lines done. Now on this long edge here, I'm going to take off about 1/8 of an inch, just so that when the book is closed it doesn't catch along the top. So that's all I'm going to take off that top edge. Alright, so that's your measurements, and then what you can do is you can just fold along your score lines and just give it a light burnish. I really do like this cardstock. It's nice thick quality, and it doesn't break on the creases, if you know what I mean. It doesn't break away. So in effect that is your little wallet. Okay, and that's the reason why I took that little bit, I don't know if you can see this or not, it just saves it when it's closed. Is it that bit? Yeah, it's this bit here. So you can just see that it's taking that little smidge off, isn't causing it to buckle or warp when you close your wallet over. Okay, so that's your outside part done. And what you want to do is, you want to pick a patterned paper. You're going to need 10 sheets. You could put a dozen in if you want, but I've just used 10 in mine. And what you want to do is you want to cut your paper 3 by 4.5. So let's get our papers picked and what we want to put in it. I got some new Project Life paper today and it's quite cute. I think we'd go with that. So let's pull some of these out. And some of them have inspirational quotes. You want to pick a paper that's not going to mess up when you score it, because I had one last week that I made and I scored and it just the paper ripped. And these. That should do us. Okay, so put it in at 3 inches and cut, and then in at 4.5 and cut. That should just be the paper in half, because it's obviously 6 by 6. If you're using 12 by 12, then you'll get more. You should get 4 bits out of it. 3 inches. I'm going to speed this up, and then I'll come back to you at the next stage. Okay, there we go. So we've got our little pieces of paper, and they're all 3 inches by 4.5. So what we want to do is take each piece and score it at the 1/2 inch mark to make a fold. Just watch you don't go through, because sometimes it's not the first time I've ripped some paper by pressing too hard. So go lightly and then score them all. So I'll speed through and then I'll catch it the other side. There we go, so that's all our pieces scored. And what we want to do now is just give them all a little fold. And what you want to do is you want to take, you can mix them up if you want, so you've got different, you know, you're breaking up patterns. Okay, so we'll have them in that kind of order. Okay, right, so what you want to do is you want to take your first page, put your paper face down with the pattern bit to the floor, and take some glue. I've been using a wet glue for this. It seems to work best. And then what you want to do is you just want to put like a wiggle of glue down your fold. Then you want to fold over your piece of patterned paper. Okay, and what you want to do is put the patterned piece on top of that piece, but only up to the lines, the score line. I'll hold this up in a minute so that you can see what I'm talking about. So I've put that down, but it's only up to the score line. So when we fold that over and we do the next one, you're going to put that up to that score line as well, so it's kind of staging it a little bit. I'll go through them all, I'll show you what I mean at the end. So oh, I've done that wrong. What are you doing, Sarah? wonder if it would help if I moved this in a little bit so that you could see a little bit better. There we go. And then I'm just going to pop that in there like that. There we go, so that's everything stuck together, and you'll see what I mean by it being staged at the end. Okay, so that will fit into your, this is what we're going to glue into it, but we're going to have to trim it off. But you'll see how it'll fit into the wallet once we pop that in. Now, you can see that this is going to be way bigger than the 1/4 inch allowance that we've got in the wallet. So you can see that there's no way that's going to fit. So what we want to do is we want to trim that so that it will fit. Okay, so all I'm going to do is get my ruler and my craft knife and trim it down. And then just keep working your way through it all until they all eventually you come through to the bottom. There we go. And then let's just, you'll see that there's still going to be a good edge at this side, but on this side it's down to about a 1/4 inch, and that's our little hinge that we're going to glue down into the book. Now before you do that, what you can do is decorate your book before you put your you glue this in. You can see that that's going to fit in there perfect now, and then that will be your wallet once it's done. And it's exactly the same as how I've done this one, and you'll see that once you put photographs in, it beefs the wallet out a little bit. Okay, so I think we'll just go ahead and decorate this, see as I'm just wondering if I can make use of all these little bits here rather than wasting them and have it patchwork. Okay, let's try that. So you can pick out the nice bits that you want for the lid or the flap at the front. You can ink the edges, you can make your own paper for this and have it kind of grungy. Or there's the list of possibilities is endless. Let me just take a little bit off this edge here. I'm going to take a little piece off this edge just so that we can get the borders okay. I'm going to measure this so that we can get all the pieces the same. So this little piece of paper is about 2 3/4 by just under 1.5 inches. So you can just eyeball it if you want, and I'm just going to use wet glue for putting this on. I'm finding that I'm turning more and more to wet glue for my projects that I've been making, simply because it's going to give you a good hard fast hold. I know score tape's great, but with a wet glue it's going to last for ages. So I'm just going to pop that on there. And then we can have another. Right, I'm going to stop at that. So that's the cover done, and all it needs now is just to get the book stuck in the inside pages. Pop all that to the side. So what you want to do is you want to stick some glue on the inside edge of the patterned paper. And what you want to do is, this is the front of your book, so you want to glue this onto the front section. And just hold that down. Ideally it'd be great if you could just hold it down until it dries. This is fairly quick, a quick grabbing glue that I'm using. It's by Cosmic Shimmer. I've showed it before in one of my haul videos. It's a specialist acrylic glue, and it's just while this is drying, it's saying that it's suitable for all craft projects. It is a high strength acrylic glue specially formulated for craft projects. It dries completely clear and has excellent bonding properties, and it's perfect use for glitter, paper, card and many more applications, and it's water based. So that's the glue that I'm using, and I think that's grabbed already, so that's quite good. And then you can see that, you know, once you put your photographs in, it'll be fine. This book will fill up, but you know, you can put your little, I don't want to think of this while it's, your pages will all fold flat, and then you can put your little Polaroids on here. So that's your little book, and then it's just a case that I've been using Velcro fasteners for this, but you can use anything that you want. You know, you can use a button closure, or what did I do this one? I used Velcro on this one, and I went ahead and decorated all the panels on the inside as well as the outside of that one. I'll do the inside ones later. And that's your little book. So I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial. If you make one, let me see how you get on, and share your books with me. So I'll see you all soon, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.